The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Set. Ready.
Out of the gun to give to Spears. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Check go.
From the gun on third down. Meadows. There's a short one pulled in by Simmett. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The Browns at 6-2 to start play. They come in playing really well on both sides of the ball. They've won 6 of their last 8 CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll set up the screen for Spears. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
70 Ranger. Ready?
2nd and 4. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense, and they were there to help force the incompletion.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
19. Cup 19.
No one left in the backfield as they send a man left. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
You look at this Browns defense. Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes,
49,
especially
Mike,
little
49.
mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Levis out of the gun on 3rd down. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Martin Emerson.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Ready?
Hand off to Spears. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defense.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 4.
454, Mike 54.
Now Levis. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play.
Mike 54. Yeah, Mike 54.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 31-yard line. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Working from the gun. Here's Levis. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Mike 5-4.
Well, they go play action. Here's Levis. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2nd and 11. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Come on, set! Ready?
From the gun on 3rd down. Meadows. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Down!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's going to be caught by Moss. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
Set it! Go, chap! Go, chap! Set, go!
Here's a give to Spears. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Tackle made by Devin Lloyd, the linebacker.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. 2nd and 9 now. Complete. Jefferson the target. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go! Check, Bobcat! Check, Bobcat! Ready?
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Set! Hut!
Looking to throw. Meadows. Going right side here, and that's complete. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
60 Maverick! 60 Maverick! Ready?
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. So they had a good drive going, a chance to build on this first half lead, but now you kind of feel like we got a new ball game.
And you wonder what the discussion will be now at halftime, because I think we were headed towards 1. Now it's a different discussion altogether. One side optimistically, the other side wondering what could have been.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with a 7-point lead,
Let's
they'll
go
likely
now.
look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. That's going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had him for a second, but the razzle-dazzle will not work out. It's second down. Back to throw. Meadows. That's down the field for Jefferson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Yeah, it's been a disappointing first half for him, all things considered. And this can serve as the capper. It's a missed field goal in the late going, and that's only going to serve to lessen the mood even further.
Here we go,
the Browns drive about to get started.
Go!
1 second, all that remains.
Hut, hut.
A final shot before break. Meadows. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. 1 touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff, and the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Here's Levis. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Ready, ready!
Throwing to start the drive. Meadows. Can't get away, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Set. Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready, ready?
Operating from the gun, Meadows. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
And he'll take it just outside the 40. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Mike 46. Ahead.
Straight ahead is Hall. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Mike 24.
Levis back to throw. To the right side here, caught by Kincaid.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
Levis to throw it.
And he's got it. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. So a decent gain there, but not their 4th consecutive 1st down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. You want to fire the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
They got into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
Well, almost a win for the defense, but if that's your win, you're not doing very well right now.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll try to run with Hall.
And this time he is in.
Yes.
Breece Hall, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away from evening this one up. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. (17-17) the score, all even to this point as the kick's away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Browns drive about to get started. We got a brand new ball game, all even
Here
after
we go,
that
here we
last
go.
touchdown. So every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
Check go.
Throwing to start the drive. Meadows. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
2nd and 21, a lot of ground to cover.
Come on, set. 18, Pioneer. Get up.
Looking to throw. Meadows.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Ready.
Operating from the gun. Meadows.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
And now a run with Spears.
And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Let's go.
In motion left comes Moss.
Hut.
He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. All even as we get ready to start the fourth.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Set.
They'll run with Spears.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Let's go now. Ready.
The Spears with another carry.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Set. Ready.
Here's a run by Spears.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense,
Here we go. Set.
become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Browns answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Levis in trouble. Down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Hey, come on. Here.
Levis sets up to throw here. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
That is caught. Kincaid with it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Dalton Kincaid.
58 yards.
And the Bills are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Ready.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Hot.
Off the play fake. Meadows. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Ready.
Operating from the gun. Meadows. And a quick throw here. That's complete. All tied up. Less than 2 minutes to go. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Here's third down and 5.
Ready.
Back to throw. Meadows.
There's a short one pulled in by Simmett.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
Set go.
On fourth down. Meadows.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Get up.
Looking to throw. Meadows.
Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick.
And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. In a tie game fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Throwing after the interception. Meadows.
Able to complete to Moss.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Final minute, one timeout remaining. 1st and 10.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
Here's 1st down.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Ready.
He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
A look at the clock, 35 seconds to play. This is 2nd down.
Come on. Set.
Back to throw.
He's going to find Jefferson open downfield.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
Oh, what a play, but he couldn't get out of bounds. And you've got no timeouts. They've got to get to the line of scrimmage and spike it.
On the ready.
Now 1st and goal.
19 Lion. Down. Hut.
He's back to throw.
On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Oh, that one's going to hurt big time because it's a one-score game, and they certainly thought with that throw they were getting a difference-making score right there.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
19 tight. 19 tight. Ready.
They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. What a play. Maybe a game-saving play on the knockdown there.
That was beautiful, wasn't it? If you're looking at it from the defense's perspective, they looked like they had a shot at it, maybe a completion. Ball gets knocked away. Can they rise up and do it again?
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
Sly on for the extra point.
And we may very well be headed to overtime.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Here we go.
Levis.
Flush to his right. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10.
Flat. 54 reader, flat.
Levis to throw.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense, say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
Here's Levis.
Eluding the pressure right. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And that changes everything here in OT. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So it's the Browns who are going to get possession first here in overtime as the kick's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Browns drive about to get started. All set up for them right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
Let's go.
Now a quick throw to Moss. And all the way down to the 5. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Warrior 70. Ready.
Off play action. Meadows. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
Let's go now. Check go.
Operating from the gun. Meadows. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Sly able to put this one through.
And they have regained the lead.
So only a field goal on that opening drive of overtime. Will that hold up? We'll find out as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously, Charles, a touchdown to win it.
Yeah, and I'm taking the defense's perspective on this one, partner, because now they know with a 3-point lead, they can afford to give that up because you just keep playing, right? Overtime gets extended. But if you give up the touchdown, it's game over. So on offense, every play you make, you've got to try and get just a little bit more out of each one in order to try and get to the end zone, because they're going to play everyone back, keep everything in front.
That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Isaiah Simmons in there to drop him in sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
On, Mike 49.
And now we'll see what Levis can do in overtime. That's caught by Shakir. And he will make his way out of bounds. That stops the clock, but they'll have something else to consider now. It's 4th down here.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And here's your ball game. Down 3 in overtime, but they're going for this thing on 4th down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down.
49, Mike 49.
Levis, he'll look to throw it. That's complete to Dell.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now a timeout called for by the offense. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports.
So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10.
Mike 54, Mike 50.
Levis.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down.
Here we go.
Everything magnified here in overtime.
Heroes down, 90 down, 49.
Levis looking to throw. That is caught by Dell.
And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime.
And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
The trip home